a gaffer, light designer. Been doing this since 2009. Between 9 and 10. I'm married.
He's married to me.
I'm married to one woman. I also run an equipment and power solution company. Also train. So I hope you guys can hear me.
Yes, sir.
So sometimes I talk to myself. I need you to relax. It's nothing very complicated. What you will simplify. Basically, lighting is illumination. It's also the very, if not the most important thing for the camera to function. When you hear lighting, you should think of how your eye relates to the natural. It's the best place to start. And almost every lesson about lighting starts from the natural. Some people will go take it back to creation. You know, the light was separated, it was the sun over the day and the moon over the night. And everything in between, the lamps, the lanterns, the candles, they're in between. But the two major ones are the sun and the moon. Now it depends on your story, depends on the effects you want to create, or what you want the cameras to see. That's when you cannot draw, either from the natural, or you bring in artificial light to simulate or enhance what you have natural. So let me give you, first point I'll give you is, if you like either a documentary, an interview, or a movie, and somebody can notice there's light, it's bad lighting. It is supposed to be as natural as possible. So nobody feels, it doesn't distract. People say, see that. You know, sometimes you have to do some beauty stuff to justify the money that you are paid. And also to just show that I can do this thing. Do you get? So that's basically it. So we are going to start from basic thing, 3-point lighting. How many of you have related with that before? You don't know anything about 3-point lighting. Don't be shy. So, when I went to film school, I majored in scripting and directing, not lighting. So, even if you're a novice, it's good, it's even better. So we can rock together. So how many people are just interacting with lighting class for the first time? Yeah. For the first time. Okay. Somebody's lying. So I want us to be friends in the next 1 hour 30 minutes. So I'd like to know each of your names. So I don't say this one or that one. Yeah? And if you are confused at any point or you don't understand what I'm saying, please call my attention. And for those who are, yes, people are joining us somewhere. Yeah, so you can send your question in and then we can treat them together. So, I need to trash this. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. So basically, today the class is going to be really theory, very less practical. We'll try as much as possible because not much gears to do that. So we'll try at some point we might use the lights. 3-point lighting. There's the key light, field light, and the backlight. The backlight.
Sorry, the backlight is also side light.
So, don't worry. We'll get there. So, you understand? We'll get there. Nomenclatures and what people call whatever light depends on what they are used to and the environment they learned. Do you understand? And because you have this 3-point lighting, you don't have to have them in everything you are shooting. Depends on what you are creating. I don't know if you understand. But just learn it so you understand it. So you have to learn a rule for you to be able to break it. So 3-point lighting, first to talk about the key light. The key light is the major source of light to your subject. The light can be coming from a window, it can be coming from any direction. But for me, I put it almost 45 degrees to the camera. Whichever direction the camera is facing. Yeah? Okay with that?
Yes, sir.
I can move on.
Yes.
Okay, so another point is key light most times is the hardest light to your subject. I'm going to be using subject because I feel like you might not all be doing film. Some of you might be doing products, all that, adverts and all that. So, the second is the feel light. So the feel light is hard, is strong, is the brightest, definitely to create shadows. So if I wave, you see. So it can be safe to say our key light is this room right now. Now, the feel light helps to soften the shadows that the key light has created. Feel light most times is soft. I say it should be about the 50% the intensity of the key light. Am I too fast? Okay. So it also helps to create that. So if I could come close to this point and you look at my face, you will see that there's one side of my face is white, and then you want to feel up here, even though you're not going to make it look as much as this, to get something and kill out these shadows that are coming this way. Remind me, we're going to look at how to see light. When you look at the picture, you will know from what direction the light is coming. Yes, so we'll do that. That will be after our first break. Somebody should. And then backlight. Backlight comes from the back. It can be from the down or up. But the function is basically to separate the subject from the background. Also note, backlight is not background light. Are we clear with that? Just separate the subject. So the subject can be a human being, can be a Ferrari car, can be a bottle of water, anything. Do you get it? Let me tell something. Okay. Yes. So now to what you said. So we call it kicker. So we call it headlight. So you see that halo is created, and most people, the light that falls on. So the beautiful thing about nature is God has created a human being to not be like a brick or a square or flat Tom and Jerry. So there are contours on our faces. You see, if I had 6 packs, you see some. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So when you are lighting, and you are able to enhance those things with light, you will have a 3D object, 3-dimensional object, which the human eye can relate to. Should I take that again? If you light a subject properly with the 3-dimensional way, which is the key 3, with using the 3-point light, your eye can relate to 3-dimensional object because naturally most things are created in 3 dimensions. So just name like 3 natural things, 3 random natural things. Apart from the trees. Trees, right? So some trees you see. There's the way you look at the tree. So just looking at the tree naturally without artificial light, you see some parts are dark, bright on a sunny day. Yeah. So that's the feel that your eye is used to from birth. The reason why some people cannot watch a certain content for too long is that it doesn't look natural to them. Yeah. So in some of our films, so okay, let me say some poorly lit films. Yeah. You don't see any sort of light. No lantern is on, blinds are down, the doors are closed, and inside is bright. Naturally, you can't relate because you have a room that if you do that, it's going to be super dark. Do you understand? So that's why sometimes such contents, when you look at them, you don't know why you can't settle with them. You skip. Am I getting something there? Okay. So that's why you need to understand the 3-point light. Because the major thing you want to do is to create a content where people can relate. We'll talk about how to complement colors with lighting, right? Almost everything, no matter how gray, how dead, how not very relevant the natural things are, they come in colors. Do you understand? And then the eye has gotten used to these things. So as a content producer, as a filmmaker, you are also supposed to be able to create content or create films that people can, apart from history, or your natural sense can relate. If you see smoke coming out from somewhere, what does your mind tell you? So these are just tiny things that you can naturally do or simulate that looks natural, and then people will know that you're doing good. Yeah, so we finished with 3-point light. Any question?
So,
yeah.
My name is Daniel. So when you, for backlight, do you light the background or you light the back of the subject?
Okay. Before I answer it, let's go around with introduction. I'll do it again. My name is Godwin Lawani.
Lawani.
That's enough, right?
Yes.
The real pronunciation is Lawani. That's the real pronunciation. If you're from the up north, you understand. But down here, the man is fake. Yeah, but it is facts. This sounds really catchy.
I beg you.
Divine.
Finally, Next person.
Limited one.
Next person.
Godwin.
Okay.
Sure. Check it.
Daniel.
Okay.
Emmanuel.
Rita.
Every other person here, I know this. Oh, Rita, yes.
Remember, my name is Rachel.
Okay. Yeah. But your question.
Yes, sir.
If I use my backlight to light the background, or it's just for the
Subject.
back. So, my business is the subject. My number one business as a government is the subject. I'm coming to the background to beautify it or to do whatever it is. So there's a light that's supposed to take care of that. Now, because there's a way the eye works. Sometimes even if you use a normal phone camera, the focus goes to the brightest place. Yeah. So also when you're lighting your subject, you don't want the background to be brighter than the sun. The eye will go there. And if it's white wall and one tiny thing is just there, your actor is giving one solid line, but your audience is looking at that. They forgot that. Do you understand? And you've lost that person. Do you do? So your main job on that set or for that whatever is your subject. The camera is happy with your subject. Yes, you can now tweak. So these days you see people flag, people skirt lights, people diffuse light, people grids or crates in front of light, just to see that it doesn't spill into the background. Because that's not our aim. We want to see an actor who is crying. That's one random guy slapped. Don't go to me, it's not a film, just. Do you get me? Yes. So that's it. So you concentrate. Now, in lighting, concentrating on your subject, there are so many things to consider. What is the character of the subject? What are the emotions that you're trying to evoke or speak like from the subject? How is your light enhancing the story? Like I said, most of the things you'll be saying are not things you can just quickly Google. They're out of experience doing it all the time. So, because I have a truckload of light outside, doesn't mean that I'll use it. Doesn't mean I will call my boys. What is the story? So, as a light person or as a content person, first tool is the story. It's not all this plenty soft light, hard light, tube lights, strobing light. No, it's a story. What are you trying to tell the audience? Now, if you are armed with the story, then the next thing is, what emotion is this scene or this actor supposed to bring out? Who is this person? Background character, or his name for so let's use suggestive film. Let's choose a character. Okay, so let's even take that. The guy, is he his real name? The teller, the guy that was always Godwin. I'm sure director didn't tell him to be doing this. Do you notice that? He always does that. That's his internal thing that he's trying to show. It might be part of. There was one that said Molo. It might be part of it. But in that his build, I'm not sure Anybody told him be doing that. So every character has a background story. And now if you really want to dig out emotions and create an ambience for that emotion, so these are subtle stuff that you throw in there to enhance what you're doing. Apart from the theory points like, oh, you can see character, you can fight. Do you understand? Yeah. So, any questions? One more question. One more. So, if I got your question correctly, if there are names for certain lights that this light is for backlight, this no. Do you understand? That 3-point lighting is just a concept for lighting, like a standard, generally accepted standard of light. So there is no one light that is supposed to be a key light. Is there a question? Okay. Do you understand? There's no particular. You can use a 12K HMI if you want as backlight. If you want to create this light. So, like I said, it depends on the effect you want to create. How many of you have come in contact with the word shadow scroll? Just my heard it before. Heard it before. What does it mean?
Combination of light and shade, like darkness and brightness.
So that idea, you can sell that type of lighting on a character that is not straightforward. So it's only one, it's double-sided. Are you getting me? So lighting is basically to just enhance character and produce or create an ambience for the story to breathe, and then let the camera just capture what the performance of the characters are and how they are shown in emotions. So now, if you like this,
So for that one, that was clearly like
call it. Like I said, everybody has a particular name or nomenclature or whatever it is that they have mastered that they call, but that's basic kind of lighting, light and shade. Now, I'm not telling you how you can put it to use. Okay? We'll talk about light controls. I'll be remembering light controls. So we'll talk about it now. How many minutes have we spent? Every 10 minutes, you just take 5 minutes. Spend time with it.
Over 30 minutes. This is
So
for
we should keep time.
43. No?
This
This is
is
for 42. So,
Yeah, so light controls. The flags, diffusion, there are crates, there are nets, what is it again? There's Gobo, there are silk club, silk material, there's the one that's called Muslim. Oh, Muslim. You know it now. They put it at the back of the chair one time. It was not very white. Always looking as if it's dead. But that's cool. There's the bleached one and there's the unbleached one. Okay. So these are materials to control light. Bandos. What is it called? For HMIs, there are different kinds of lenses. There's a bag of it. This is the very divergent one. So they have angles. Some are 45, some are 16, like that. That's how. So if you put it in front of the light, it's like it converges the lenses and controls it further, or it spreads it. It's not in this. That glass, that glass in front of lights. So there are different types. And the way they. So these materials are made to help soften that. Now let's pick silk and diffusers, for instance. Most silk are knitted together, like in the form like this, right? One thread is going down, another thread is coming like this. So when light hits it from this angle, what it does is it spreads the light around because of the material. It does not allow it to go through straight. And so it helps to soften the light when it comes out of the glass. Now, the advantage of softening light is your shadows are reduced. 2, your source of light becomes bigger. Because, so if this is your source of light, and you put it through the silk this way, when it comes out on that side, it's coming out as the size of the. So have you heard of 8x8, 6x6, 4x4, 12x12? It's 20x20. Yes. So this helps to control light. Instead of having the light hitting directly, creating hard shadows, helps to soften. Now, also the position of the silk to the character and to the light matters. Do you get? So the farther it comes in from the lamp, the softer and bigger it spreads. So that's one of the solutions to when you are lighting like this place. You want this place to have like one single source of light and you have a crowd. So you light from a very big source. And one of the ways to do that is to put the light through silk. We have quarter, we have half, and then we have full green. Depends on that. Yeah. Then we have bundles. You know bundles, but this new light, some of them just come with colors, so they also make bundles. So bundle help you to flag, yes, flag the rays of light. Now let's do a tiny bit of physics. Don't worry, even if you're not a science. So, well, rays travel in a straight line. They can either be refracted if they pass through another is it membrane? Medium. Thank you. Or reflected. Yeah? Now, your ability to bend and walk around these rays helps to give the quality of light that you have. Okay. Here's a question. That's it. Or is it personal? Is it personal?
It's not.
Okay, so should we continue?
Please mute
So
your
use your
mic.
mic.
You have to put your mic there.
Please mute your
We
mic.
can hear you.
Yeah, do that.
Okay. Yeah, so what was I saying?
Membrane.
Control it.
Yes. Your ability to control light rays gives you some quality of light. Because when the rays are coming directly and they hit an object that is not translucent, it's translucent, right? It forms that word. Please, you have, is it opaque? Because it is not. And then what you have is shadow. I know, when it creates the shadow, there is the umbra, the penumbra, and like that, the shadows go like that. Now the closest to this subject is the umbra. That is what you don't want to see in your film. So for you to be able to sort of push that umbra section of the shadow to become penumbra, to be lighter, you need softer light rays hitting the subject. Am I confusing you? Should I take it? So see here, right? This is the umbra. If you look very well at these hands, you will see as if on this image, right? You see as if there's a tiny part of it that's, you get my point? So what you don't want is an actor coming close to the curtain and you're seeing another actor on the wall. Now, because the eye is used to is used to moving to things that seem brighter. So if you look at it now, the sharpest thing between here and here is the shadow, something behind. And then also, because we are skeptical about shadows, it looks like a bungee, it looks like, and then somebody eye is already off. Thanks to cartoons and all those stuff. Do you get my point? It feels like there's a spirit and then the person is distracted. Now, if I move this, if I change the position, I'll come back to the opposite part of it. If I change the position of these lights, can somebody help me move this light forward? Does it have a longer
Forward.
Yes, forward, close to the side of this chair? Watch it. Yes, there. And then if you can take the light off and tilt it down. So first off, leave it at the position where it was. So right, check the position and the size of the shadow. Now tilt it up and take the light higher. No, Still down, sorry. Tilt it down and take the light high. Okay, so just wait, hold on before you go. You see that the shadow is getting taller and then so what's happening to it? It's going down. So if you move that light, if you have space again, watch the top. Watch the top. What's happening to the Mr. Shadow? Yes, it's going down, right? So if now it's about positioning of that. So if I'm taking a medium shot from there, it's a possibility that you may not notice the shadow. So light position also helps in controlling light and position. Now, remember I told you that most times I put my key light at 45 degrees away from the camera. So if I put, we can practice it, right?
Yes.
Watch it.
Sorry.
Okay. No, move this.
What's the black magic? Look at it here.
Okay, so now let's say they're almost at the same position now, right? Then move this camera close to Diva. Yeah. Then balance it. Start the edge of the frame.
Which one?
Start the edge of your frame on this side. Okay.
Your head drone.
Well, yeah, that's camera pull. Do you get me now? Where's the shadow on the screen? But you see it's still here. Yeah? So, what's your edge? Yes. So sometimes it's not that the other people who don't have shadows in their frames, not that they don't have it on set. It depends on the angle and the position of camera to light. Yeah? So because this guy is harsh now, you see some. So if we had another field and then you have a pretty girl sitting here and the person will be really pretty or pretty. That's it. Do you get my point? Yes. So we're talking about light control and materials to control it before this light positioning came here. So if you keep reducing the height of these lights, you get to a point where my shadow will be taller. Now, this same method is also usable when it depends on the character. See Aladdin, most times it's blown to the wall.
Yes.
You see the movement of the shadow first. So if you want to, sometimes you want to, there are some things that are not acceptable on TV. Like some TVs don't show slides of control and all that stuff. You can't show it. You can use shadows, true lighting to depict whatever it is that you're trying to do. So, shadow, don't be scared of shadow. Shadow is not a bad thing. It just depends on how you can move it around. Yeah? So we can go back, right? And then continue. We've only spoken about silk. Yeah? Okay. We talk about crates. Some people call it egg crate, some people call it grid. Depends on who is speaking to you.
How about gels?
Yes, just come to gels. Gels, so the word gels is from gelatin material. So it's shortened to gel. They have different colors, but the white one is called diffusion. As the name implies, it's used to diffuse light. Like I said, because of the material of the diffusion, what it does is tiny cells of light goes and spreads inside the material. It comes out on this side softer and probably spreads. So that's diffusion. Diffusion, soften, control the rays of light, and what it means. Yes. Gels, different colors, depends on whatever dramatic effect you want to create. You want to create moon, you want to create disco, you want to do whatever. There's a range of them. Depends on what you have experimented that works with. Greed. Yeah, Muslims. So Muslims are thicker in terms of say. And if you look at it, you can almost see each thread that they use in knitting the material. So what it does, because it's heavy, it's very good to be used for ambience light. Sort of gives you a very smooth ambience light when you use it on your light source. Did you talk about ambience lights when we were talking about 3-point lights? So we had so much things to do. Just more than some people just concentrate on 3-point lights, and once the class is done, 3-point lights. I'm good. Let's go to shoot. Yeah. And so that's the use of the Muslim. It's super thick, diffuses more, and it creates an amazing effect when you're using it for ambience. Very, especially at night when you're shooting those night scenes, and just drop it on. Then we talk about greed. The greed is like a crate. Like it has this.
Yes.
You understand?
Like
So
net.
it like nets. What it does is it helps to direct your light. The rays of your light. Like we said, rays travel in a straight line. Except something hits them. So now, if the thing is translucent, like the gels, it goes through, but it changes wavelength. Hope this is not too scientific.
No.
Okay. Yeah? That's it. If you hit an opaque object, what does it do? It goes back. If it meets a shiny object, what does it do? It reflects back. Now, I'll talk about reflecting light. So, now, if you put a crate in front of your light, what it does is, it has those tiny things. So those, they are helping to cut down the intensity of the light and directing it at the same time. So if I have like a matte light, you know matte light? Yes. I have like matte light with my softbox in front of it, and it's super soft, but I want it to travel. I don't want it to spill, so I put a crate in front of it. Now, it's funny that the crates, they are made in a way that one side opens more and the other side goes this way. It's like they are like cone. Exactly. So sometimes if you put the side that opens more on the outside of the light, your light spreads bigger. If you want it to travel straight, it goes straight. So next time you see it, you look at it first and see where is it going. Well, sometimes because of the places where we get our equipment from, they just come like that. There are no specifics in some of these. So, yeah, that's it. What else again? Gobo to create some effects. I might be shooting around here and there's no window, and then I want to simulate that this TV is throwing light on my background instead of having a shadow light. I can create a shadow, an image of a tree, or image of a window, or something like that. So most times, gobos are used to simulate some objects that are not present. Other times, they are used to control light. So the background is not very bright. So you put a gobo on it. And you know gobos are like stencil cut out of something. You know what stencil is, right? Poker. It's like you're sleeping. You're on the street. No one trusts it. This is the spiritual class. Be free, you can take a walk. You can take a walk. Just take a walk and freshen up, come back. Yeah? The room is not too cold, right? It's cold. Okay, let's stand up and sing three songs. I'm just joking. So, you get? I have this light, I want it, I can arrange my gobo and then it falls on, the light still falls on the subject's face, but the gobo now appears and it kills whatever shadow or this. So that's another way to use gobo, apart from just taking it away from the subject. Sometimes you want to throw a particular image on the wall, just so it forms like if the wall is dead, they will say break the wall, right? Or something. What is the dimension? Net. Yes. So nets, the nets are like, if you haven't seen it before, they are like mosquito nets. Yeah, that's how they are. So as I'm looking at this window, if it's too bright for me and there's nothing I can actually really do, or I like the way it's coming, but I really want to probably cut it down, use a net at the back. It's single and double net. Yeah, the single and double net. It depends on exactly what you want to do. So I can have like a 12K HMI coming from there, and then I start to cut it down, fix a net, and then maybe the camera is seeing one side of the window, it's not seeing the other side very well. I want the other side that is too bright, cut down so you can put a net in front of it. Those nets also come in smaller sizes, 4x4, 2x3, 2x2. Also, if I'm having like an interview and then I don't want so much concentration on the body of whatever it is, and then I can put a net under the light, and then it's the same light, but I have gradients of the light on the same subject. Yeah? I said somebody should remind me. I wanted to talk about something.
How to see light.
How to see light. Can we play something? Or can we put up a picture that will not interrupt your setup?
Yes. You can.
Any picture, any poster of a, like the set, like, how would I say? Yeah, or screen grab of anything. Let's have like 3. Okay, yeah.
Sir?
No, I'm selling them, sorry.
They can hear you.
Oh, sorry guys, we need to just grab some pictures and then see how, I want to show you how to see them.
Shall I ask a question?
Please.
So, must the light always be motivated? Because the light must be always motivated.
Put up this light, close this window, everywhere is dark. If your light is there, where is it coming from? Where's the source? Why is it there? Do you understand?
Yeah.
So, you need to know that light does not just happen. If you are in a cube, close, what you will see, the absence of light is darkness. There must be light coming from somewhere. Like I said, remember, the rays of light travel in a straight line. So if there's darkness in this place. Now you open this window, you will see the slash of light coming in. Do you understand that concept? So that's it. It's a straight. There's nothing you do to it. Even if you put the heaviest diffusion in it, it still comes in straight. Yes.
Alright, my question is, I know I watch a lot of movies. Why is it that when they're shooting in a living room or in a bedroom and it's even during the day and you still see the practical lights on, natural we as Nigerians, we don't even on our lights except when it's around 6 or 7 p.m. So why is it like that?
So, two things. Beauty. And then the decision of the DP. It can be either of these two. The third one can just be simple ignorance. So that people do not look at any film anywhere, even if it's Indian film. You understand? Just go and grab any scene that you want. I forgot I would have sent this again. So back to your, as we are here now, we can stay in this place without this camera being here if this light is off, and we'll see each other as in visibly see each other. Yeah, so now because we're using the camera whose I'm trying to focal, what's that thing? Focal length, right? Is not as the iris, one of those two. It's not as sharp as the eye. The natural eye is less than 1.1. The quickest length you will get is 1.2. So already, though they are modifying cameras and having sensors and having those amazing things that you can almost shoot without artificial light. But the truth is, the reason why you are putting light in that place is for your camera to see how your eye sees. Do you understand my point? If not, the eye is quicker to see than the camera, the lens. So, but you need to, now, that's where simulation comes. You need to create something that looks like it's your eye looking at it. So, some people put those lanterns on during the day because they just like that something live should be on. But some people will say, you know what, open the windows and let it be natural light. Push all the light from outside. Right? Also, I want to talk about something. Bouncing light is not a bad idea. There was a time a group of gaffers hated when somebody bounces light. It's just the control of it. You don't want everywhere to be super bright. Now, because of our industry in this country, we don't have set built specifically for stories. Some houses you go, they'll tell you cannot repaint their walls. But most houses in Lagos, their walls are white because they are business apartments. So now you get here, especially when you're doing indie, you get here and they say there's nothing you can do, you can't even change the curtain. There was a time that you see like 50 films and you can see Amen Estate in all of them because you can't change so much. So at some point we accepted that this is where we are. Now we are doing location films. Like people are going to build just to suit the story. Do you understand that? So it might be that the that room is so bland that the director or the DP wants something like so to an extent it's not bad. To the other person it looks very artificial. You have the beef. Just choose anyone. I hope the people too can see.
Share your screen.
Okay.
And then you'll be able to enlarge it so that everybody can look at it. So we're going to choose 5. What time is it now? Okay. We're going to choose 5 pictures and then look at how to see light. So if your client sends you a reference picture, you'll be able to know what to do to create it. If it's going to delay, should I push it to the last hour?
Is it big?
Okay, we can do it now, right? Can they see?
I want to share it for online.
I'm sure we have people there.
Yes, we will.
Okay.
They can see now.
Alright. But can they see me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, they can see you. They can see the.
Okay. So choose one, pause it.
I think it's.
Let's agree. Which one?
It's loading on his own.
Yeah, you can stop down here. It has a pause.
It has
You want to talk about this one?
Yes.
Are you sure? You want to waste one slot for this very bright one?
No.
Should we change?
Yes.
I can analyze.
It's not a screen touch.
There is still on.
Can you mute your mic or you want to say something?
Okay, let's pause this. Let's look at this.
Is it this one?
This one.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Keep like 2. Can I go like 2? Can I go back?
Oh.
Can I go like 2?
Now quickly.
Set your hand for them.
Yeah. So this is the biggest it can be, right? Oh. Can anybody try? How many lights do you see?
I think there's a backlight, the blue one. You see hand? See hand? And there's one on that dashboard. I don't know what that is.
3.
Where they are placing
Where they
their
are placing their hand,
hands.
there's a light there.
There's light
Or
there.
2 lights there.
So let's assume that this is coming from here. But it's actually not coming from here because this guy is closest to the light
And his hand is not
and
burning.
his hand is not burning up, but it's hard here and it's hard here, right? So this is just bobo noise, right? But it's still on though. What do we see? We see light here, right? How do you know? Look at the guy's side. You see some sort of shadow here. You know there's a light coming from this point
That is hitting on his cheek.
on his nose, here, body, this place. So mind you, the light hitting here is not the light hitting these people. So it's a different light with a different intensity, but the same color going to the back. So you can control that one, dim it up, dim it down. There's light coming up from here. I think there is light from here because we can see this, but it looks like the light is coming from like this.
Is there a light coming from down here?
No, this is a
Different.
It's a frame. It's like a window, right? So is light heat coming from here, which is not the same color temperature as the one at the back. This is a bit whiter than this and this. Yeah. In between here,
Your hand.
their hand here.
We have established that one.
Oh, this one is the one hitting the background. So that light, this light hitting this back here, this here is the one coming from this angle that is hitting all across. But it's different from the one that is hitting up. How do you know? Look at the shadows that this is creating. So if from the back it's going this way and it's pushing those shadows into the shadows of this shelf into this point. Yeah?
Yes.
Now how you will know that this light is coming from, is facing this side, is that you see the shades.
Yes. I like it.
Yeah, shadows are coming this way. Huh?
Yes, sir. They lost one shadow here.
Yes, that's the light that is different. So it shows that there's a light hitting from this, just for this frame, and then this one seems like a light that is hitting here, that's bouncing off here, because you can see this shadow. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And then there's an ambient. It seems like there's an ambience light that's also hitting. You see the shadow going this way, and this shadow going this way.
Yes, sir. That's why I said I thought the light there's a light down here.
Yeah.
Because you look at the shadow, this shadow is casting.
Okay, it's casting up here, so you feel like it's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming this way,
Light source
and it's
here.
coming from here.
Yeah.
It's possible. It's possible. So you see this light on his eyeglass, right?
Yes.
This one hitting up and then reflecting on that. Have we exhausted all the lights?
I can also say that their hands are like a form of division, because they are blocking the light.
It's the white stuff on, so it's bouncing the light back to their face. Yeah. So are we done with this? That's
Yes.
one done. Two.
No.
We do with this. So there's some. Okay.
No, they say no. Did you say
Say no.
One dramatic shot. Dramatic
Dramatic.
picture.
You want to
Do you want
analyze
it?
it?
Let's find what they want.
So why is looking for?
Should I go?
I don't know.
Sure.
Whatever you agree on.
Let's see.
Let's find this.
Okay.
Okay, I like this one.
That one nice.
Yeah.
Go back,
Okay.
yes, that one.
A lot of controversy here. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Pause.
Yeah.
Pause.
Pause.
No. Okay. Yeah. Anybody wants to try?
One light coming from this way.
One light coming from where?
From your right, yes, where you are.
Here. Why?
Because our lady's face is
You can
very
come and
bright.
touch the screen.
Because
Don't be shy.
this lady's face is extremely like the brightest part of this screen.
Okay.
So it feels like the light coming. Then there's a blue. There's a blue field.
No, the blue is here.
That's shadow.
It shows that this shadow, the light is coming from here, and there's a shadow here. There's a shadow here too.
Yes, sir. So to create this kind of
There's a
light,
shadow here too.
to create this kind of light, does it mean that this blue is all over the picture? Then this one coming across
It's
is
possible.
casting the shadow.
It's possible. So now the shadows hitting the eyes that is white now brings up the blue,
Blue shadow.
which is the night field they're trying to create here. From here, from the direct, from the temperature of the light, you can quickly assume that this is a night scene. Right? So, like you said, we have a big source coming from here because the shadows are falling off to this point. The shadow of this jacket is falling off here. The shadow of our hair coming here. Shadows here. Shadows here. So this is like this. And now we have like a divide on this side because the light is not hard as much as it is here, so it's not wrapping his face so much, but it wrapped a bit on this side, and then here you have the blue, and then you have the blue. So we can say that even the blue source is coming like this, more like this. Do we agree?
Yes, sir.
We don't agree. Because the shadow that you are seeing is from the light coming from here. Then the blue light is like almost everywhere. It's on these eyes, it's heavily on these places. But because this light here is stronger than the one,
Yeah.
yes, that's what I say. Are we good with that? So when you're watching a film now, you'll be able to. So there's a period in my house nobody watches film with me because I'm not looking at the story the first time. I'm just looking at what magic did they do here. And they said, did you see that? Yeah, no. And then it's okay, rewind, and then we'll look at it again. Oh yeah, it's funny, it's a good joke. Yeah. So we choose another one. You have to move faster.
Yeah.
This is just natural lighting. See if it's shadows are here. Oh, light from here. Go on, go on, go on, go on, go on. Okay, can we do this?
Good.
Okay. Anybody wants to talk? Anybody want to try? You can't be wrong here. And then you have to. And then one thing I learned is if you don't practice in class, if you don't try to participate in class, you'll be lazy to find out when you're alone. You don't pass.
Now go back. I don't know.
So we've done two.
It's possible.
It's paused. Okay.
I think the light is coming from the next one.
Now.
Okay. That's nice.
Shadows are under.
How many light do you see?
This is evening. Like overcast.
How many light do you see on this subject?
One very
Like
light.
one
Light.
here. And one here. So now this one here.
You started well. There's a light coming from here. It's the same light. So if you see his hand, you see a shadow that's coming towards this side. So there's a huge source coming from here, creating this shadow. And then because it's coming from this side, you can see it like inside his palm. Yeah? And then you can see the cracks of the marks on his hands. And then, but there's another feel coming from here. That's why we can't see this place a bit. Then you can see the blood, right? See, there's a light hitting it tiny from this side, and then you can see. So let's say this is keying it, and then the one coming from here, you feel it up, right? So more like creating like an ambience. Then also you see the blood.
The blood.
Oh yeah. You see the highlights of the blood coming on this one. That's the light. Yeah. Let's go again. Next one. You want to take a break? Okay. We should take a break in 5 minutes. For 5 minutes. Okay. Close. This one too is not bad.
Shall I go back on the
Okay. Right. Somebody can say. It's as if I'm blocking the screen. Oh, you want to check?
I see only one. Let me see.
Only one. Come and show us. Okay. Okay. Okay.
So you want
Hitting it Who else can see something else?
I think the practical light.
I think there's something
Yes.
about this. I
Practical.
think I see something cool.
Yeah.
Coming so we can see the lines.
So some sort of backlight here, highlighting these guys. Yeah. But it stops here, it didn't travel this way.
Yes, they do.
Okay. But the one coming from here, which looks like is a big source coming from up.
Yeah.
So you can see the hair here, you can see the light wrapping on this guy because there's shadow on the other side. Yeah. And then you can see the hair, and then the light is traveling through this place, hitting the, I don't know what, if it's a shaving stick or whatever it has, highlighting the shirt, coming like this. And then this one is wrapping, coming and wrapping up to this point. You can see the shadow and the color falling in there, so you see that actually the light is high. It's a high source coming from this point, and then the shadows falling up on this side.
Then
This
the
one.
background.
This one.
Yeah, the background.
Blown out.
Yes.
What of this? Sorry.
Practical
What of
light.
this one? I think this one here is reflecting on this.
Yeah. So that's what they're trying to show. That
Yeah.
this light here. Is creating this ambience. Possibly this same hard light that's coming is bounced back. You see.
The same feel.
More like bouncing the hard one back, and then it's hitting this. That one coming here, you still see the colors falling here on the tie and stuff like that. So the bounce is what is also giving us the shape of this guy's face.
So, I was talking about like the
Okay, this lady
this
now.
triangle.
This
Rembrandt.
yeah, there's Rembrandt.
So this one is wrapping. That's what we call wrapping. So when you light from an angle, like the angle I was trying to say, so you move, there's a position you will move the light to, and it's not causing a chiaroscuro effect, but it's also touching parts of the other face. That's called wrapping. So you try to wrap it around. If you don't put any other light here, you'll be able to see his eyes. And now, for actors' performance, one of the biggest tool you should look at is the eyes. Well, I don't have to tell you how angry, you should be able to see. So when you're lighting, consider that you don't have the eyes in darkness, except the person is doing taking an evil character. So you especially light. Those type light from here. So the shadows from here hides the light. I mean the eyes. You get my point? So you light from there. Give you that spooky effect. So those of you creating content and everything if you want to do, try to and it's hard. So yeah. Next. Use it for a minute. Yeah.
Isn't that in our consideration of sources of light, we don't take into account light?
No, there's ambience. There's always ambience. There's always ambience. So like that other one, the one that he bounce back, serving as ambience to the room. Now, another major thing you need to understand is people with brighter skin are easier to relate with light than people with darker skin.
This one.
The previous one.
Go back.
This one.
Yeah. This is the sweet one. So who is analyzing this one for you?
No, I'm trying to see.
This one will be like the one you see.
This coming from the
This Google.
So let me tell you one thing. Start with the one that is obvious. And then your eyes will get engaged to that and you see it.
This is the light in front of them.
Okay?
Which side?
No, come and show us.
As in,
It's like the light directly in front.
Mm-hmm.
In front of them.
Yeah?
That's why this is like I think the brightest part of this. That's why the light in front of them.
Okay.
but there's a shadow here, so
Yes.
it feels like you light somewhere around here. So, and there's another one that we use for this guy's face.
Okay, see, you see one here,
Yes.
then you see one coming like this, right?
Yes.
Okay.
This place is brighter,
Okay.
and this part of it, right?
This light is bright.
That's right. Okay, so that looks light is for me.
Okay.
Then
Yeah.
the background is this.
It's working now. Sorry, just excuse me. Let me take that
Because
record.
of this shadow, we can assume that the light coming from up. Yes, creating this.
For this one,
So you see these
Let me hold it.
guys, the shadows that I told you about. These are people's shadows. These are no actors. These are their shadows. These two. These are shadow, shadow, and shadow. So nobody saw like hitting these guys.
Oh my
Right?
God, sorry.
Hmm?
That was what I wanted to
Okay.
I think this seems to be like the shadow of this
Yeah, this
guy.
guy right here is coming from here, hitting. So you see this stuff, cage showing, trying to show it on here. There's a light hitting this point. It might be the same light coming from low, hitting this guy, or hitting like this. So this one is traveling. This background light is different from this one that's hitting this. And because of the intensity of this light, because if the light is coming from here, this guy is supposed to be closer to the light than this guy. Shows that there are two different sources for these two actors. Because this one is heating and this one is heating. Yeah? And then there's an ambience showing us all other ones. There's a light on this floor. Yes, this blue. We want to assume that it came from here, but the light source is different. Yeah?
Okay, I think that one is behind this.
Yeah.
So it's coming out from
Yeah, so we
back.
coming like this. There's another light hitting inside out. Yeah, right? So we'll assume that the light hitting here is the one lighting up this part of the background up to here. Yeah. There's a light here, right behind this antenna. Lighting up this part. There's a light hitting this guy's face that's causing this shadow. Yeah. So you see this surface shining, right? It's catching this light that's coming from here. It's a light hitting here too. Yeah. Right.
Sir, the last set of lights you just provide are not it's just like something
Yeah, they can be very tiny, like they can be very tiny source of light. But directed will be wrapped with a black wrap and it's not spinning anywhere. Yes, controlling light, I didn't mention black wrap. You can use a black wrap and black cloth. It's called skirting. It's called skirting. Like normal skirting. So, see this light? I want to shoot here. All these lights, so I put them off or I skirt them. So you don't blast over there. Skirting is just making like a cone or a flat distance with black cloth or black anything. So to control that. So if I put the skirt over here, the light will not spill and it just drops on the TV. So you just use it as a background. Like this are also waist control. Like, oh good?
Is there anything called a
Floppy. There's floppy. Floppy comes in 4x4, 2x3, 2x2. Depends on whatever you want. So a floppy is just a black cloth that you can, if it's 4x4, you can have a 4x4 from it or 4x8. So there's a way it's extended. That is a 4. Yeah. So we take a break. It's supposed to be 5 minutes, but it's going to be 2 minutes. You can Yeah?
Why don't you continue?
We should continue.
Yeah, we'll
No,
continue.
if you want to take okay, 1 minute. If you want to take a leak, you can just walk around, shake your body. You can ask questions. You can ask questions, but this is a free time. You can go if you want to go. If you don't want to go, stay. If you want to respond or transfer money, you can. Yeah. So now the last part of the class we talk about color. Yeah. But everything about this picture is lit from inside, except the ambience. So you guys, you can at home watching a movie or go download the pictures of any movie and then look at it. So you can see, okay, light is coming from here. Don't be in a hurry, because sometimes some things are hidden behind just to create depth. Mind you, when you're watching the film, you might not see the amount of work that's gone into that frame, except you pause it and look at it. So it brings me to the point where I tell you, when your eye sees something that you cannot relate to, you don't know why you're watching this film, you just like it. Is psychological, which is when he returns, one person went over, 2 people, but they come back and talk about colors, how to present with colors. So we're done with this exercise, right? This one, we're done with this, so you can put your regular stuff. So I'm going to talk about colors for 10 minutes. I think my time is running. We'll talk about it for 10 minutes and then we'll take questions and I'll tell you about safety. And then we'll be okay. Have you learned anything on this? How long? So there's something about, we've spoken about color temperature. Color temperature, very important. Color temperature. I think our 1 minute is up. You will join us. Yeah, so we talk about colors now, yeah? We've already let me know. We are okay. Now, how many colors do you think we have primarily? 3. 3.
Red.
And RGB, right? And then there are other ones. Then we have secondary colors. So, when was the last time you saw cartoon? Like the ones for children? Yesterday, right? Which one did you watch? But you looked at it. Which one?
Just the picture, Boss Baby.
Boss Baby. Yeah. Because like all these children names, I know them because they were dragging me into the house.
That's what I watched was SpongeBob.
So now the reason why children can stay glued, sometimes they stay close to the TV, is because of the colors that they see. Those movement of colors, right? Now imagine watching that thing for 15, the youngest person here should be like 16, 20, right? Seeing those things for 20 years, and then you're sitting in front of your and then one channel is showing it, and then you feel the colors that are there are fighting each other. You will change the channel. You know why? Because psychologically, colors help your brain to be balanced. That's why we have the word complementary colors. So can you still go back to the picture? That last one, the guy standing, or if you can't, it's fine. So when you're lighting, most times set people will give you some very fantastic set will give you all kinds of color you want. But story also chooses color. Your story chooses color. That is a film, very old film. Okay, how many of you have seen Eyes Wide Shut? It's one bad movie. Have you seen Buried? Buried. Okay, so let's choose this scene from Jack. The scene where they were doing festival. Did you notice the colors in their showcase? No, not the ones. The ones that they sat and the guy was supposed to throw one thing. The shop's colors, right?
Green.
Yeah.
Green.
So they are so the soil is brown and it had complementary colors around it. Just seeing that gives you joy to want to just take a bottle of wine and say, let's see what they will do. So the response to the film is not only by the regular okay, stay here.
It's beautiful.
Look like cream, go back there. No, the previous one.
You said you want with black though.
Even this one.
Forward again.
Dear.
How many colors do you see?
One.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Almost 4 colors.
No, you will see that these colors are complementary colors. So as you're looking at it, I'm sure this guy is angry. But it's just, he has some kind of sweetness to it. Let's go to John Wick, since people have not watched good films. I've seen John Wick now.
Yes.
The first John Wick, how many colors did they have predominantly? They were blue, teal or blue and red. And then the guy was shooting by the swimming pool. Yes, you know what? No, John Wick. When he came back and those guys were at the swimming pool, they were all with white and this thing. And as it was coming, light was just red. And then, so complementary colors helps to brain. They say if you keep a criminal in a white room, after a certain time, the person will tell the truth. Yeah. So that's how powerful colors are. You see some people in their room, even though it's bad for their eyes, but they don't care. They have LED lights, I'm sure they have it here. Very bad, poor LED lights. They'll spoil your eye after 10 minutes. Yes, but they like it. The room is blue. Some Ashawo houses. Well, I've lit like 200 Ashawo houses. Have you seen them? Have you seen them?
Yes.
I've lit a little Ashawo. Do you understand? They have this color that plus alcohol you are fine. So because it plays in your psychology. So don't come and now put which color to spoil this place now?
Green.
One hot green. Yeah. So you see yellow. What's this? Purple. This is more like pink. And you have blue, and then blue is fading into shades.
Yes, you don't that dark.
It's intentional, it doesn't just happen. And then here, you try to correct, balance it with warm light. And then it's just coming from here. This frame now is just, you can even just cut it out and put it in front of you. So that's the psychology of light. you must understand where each color is coming, and then if there's a color, you look for a complementary color, except you are doing a cycle film. Where first you want to confuse everybody. Yeah? So that's the colors. Now, a gaffer most times does not have so much power to choose colors for set. But you have to learn a way to relate with the sets. Yeah. You understand? Also, light, whatever content you're doing, if you have a color palette. Some of these things are strange in these parts. There are very few productions that have color palettes and they follow it. So, but you see it. And then that brotherhood. Again, we saw that color of that room in that old man's house.
So last thing.
That's when I knew that the guy would come. I don't know if you understand. Like, if I tell you about something, like, you go back and watch them with a different mindset. So, when I saw that color, and then I saw rain, I said, this is the money shot. And then they delivered. That's I didn't expect anything else. So, but what I'm trying to tell you now, even colors can represent character. And then if it's consistent, it keeps your audience brain very balanced. You don't know why people are rushing to watch it. Just because it's not just, sometimes it's not just the story. How many of us understood some of the stories of this India film where they would take one shot, 25 minutes, you're still watching one shot. That's it. Once you look like this, you're looking for ice cream. You just want to relax yourself. So these are things that can help you, whether the director and then for lighting. So you don't have different color of walls and then you bring another different color of this. So another thing I wanted to share with you that I discovered with the dark skin and the light skin is that the light skin absorbs light, absorbs white light. Light skin absorbs white light, but it reflects warm white. Then the dark skin reflects white light and absorbs warm white. The one we call tungsten. Let me say it again. The light skin absorbs white light. This is my discovery. When you finish, write my name on that. Just say, yeah. Then white skin absorbs warm white. I'm using warm white so that everybody, which is tungsten.
Light skin absorbs white light.
Yes, and reflects warm white.
Warm white.
Tungsten. Then the reverse for the dark skin. So that's why you see some films, some aunties will do makeup and they will look like those China dancers or Chinese dancers. Because most of their makeup are apologies. Well, most of their makeup concentrates on hair like this. And then the gaffer just bring one kilo flow that the CRI now. CRI is not even up to 80. That's the color rendition index. It's not up to 80. So the color that is even coming out is not the right color, and then it's auntie's looking like juju. So what I discovered, what I do is I'm pushing for that skin, pushing warm white, and then I use the white light as ambience. So at first, the major lights that is hitting my actors are warm white, and then I'm using the white light. So after absorbing the tungsten light, then you will now be able to see the quality of the skin, and then it reflects whatever it is that is there. Yeah.
So in a nutshell, which for the both skins, which light is preferable for both skins? Or preferable?
Or light skin, white.
White. Light and white. For dark.
Now, another thing you can do, you can also correct the lighting post with. No, don't do post. Leave post for cutting. Color temperature. Color temperature. So if we're shooting daytime, day scenes, put it on 5.6, maybe from 4.8 to 5.6. Yeah. Shooting night scenes, that's from 32. Okay, that's we're talking about color temperature. Now, for you to understand color temperature, take a day. Don't do anything. Cook all the food the previous day. Go to your house, the window that you can see the sun rising, and then the other window that you can see the sunset. Carry a book. Like I said, don't do it. Even if you want to do anything, do whatever you are doing between 12:30 to 3:30. Come back to that window again and be watching the sun. You will find all the color temperatures right there. Once you write it down, put the time on which each of these lights is changing. You'll be able to get your Kelvin when you are shooting at that time. Does that make sense?
Thank you, sir.
Yeah? One day, if it's a pack of gala or a pack of agege bread, buy with plenty of water and just be watching. If you have a place you can actually stay and just watch. So between 5:30 and 7 in Nigeria, there are about 3 color change.
In the evening.
The evening. Between 5:45 in the morning in Nigeria to 6:15, 6:45, there are about 2 to 3 changes. Do you understand? And then 9, 10, 12 it becomes white. That's from 5, 6 and all that. So with that, when you have a script and it says midday, you will know the time that is actually midday, and you will know exactly what it looks like. Until you master it, that you don't have to rely on that. You just know that. Give me 5.2, give me 4.8. So that's why you can light a day scene at night and nobody will know, because you're shooting in the temperature of the day and you're lighting with the temperature of the day. I was somewhere and we were shooting. I told them we have to wrap up because I'm going far, because it's just like cut away that they are doing. So somebody came out and they ran back. Say, hey, witchcraft. What's witchcraft? That is dark outside and it's day inside. So we're already at 10 p.m. and we're shooting 2 p.m. inside the room. So you can manipulate all that. You can do day for night or night for day. I think.
So, when is the best time to shoot outdoor?
First time to shoot outdoor between 9 and 11:30, and then 4:30 to when you don't have the sun. So this is the reason. Now, if I look at you outside, I can tell you the time. I might be between 5 to 15 minutes. It might be 5 to 15 minutes difference, but I can tell you the time, because I know the angle at which the light is at every time. I know where the shadow will fall to. So now you don't want to shoot when the sun is right here. because it will be causing shadows here and will make your actor's eyes look like they are tired or you have overworked them or they are prisoners. Do you get me? And then so you would rather want to shoot when the sun is somewhere here so the shadows are falling somewhere you can bounce back and so also remember the 3D thing so it can give you some effects here and you can see all the contours and all everything proper. But when the sun is right there or facing you like this,
Around what time? Like shoot no this
one facing you,
yes.
this is one between 12 and 2, facing you by now like this. Funny enough, some DOBs like when the sun is up before they can shoot because it helps to create the background and everything. But if you don't have those heavy lights and all those things to complement, the best time is just soft stuff so you can push in light. So this open for questions for 10 minutes. 10 minutes.
Online guys, you can ask questions.
Yeah, any question?
Okay, so we discussing about lighting for film set. So in case we want to do like a live recording and like kind of like a room like this, the camera has to move around.
Live recording, not the studio.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's a studio, but not necessarily.
So best thing to do is first, if they tell you I'm shooting a live recording here, if you bring me here, I will not do it because this from here to here is not up to 15 feet, and for your light to travel proper, it needs minimum of 20. So even 20 feet. That's why if you see those halls, those theater halls and everything, their grid is always very high. It's for lighting purpose. Do you understand? But now we have soft lights. Most of the contents are flat contents, so you can rig your matte light all around here. But for those TV and all those others, then another thing is you might be shooting a live show or a TV show that you are not editing and you have a very light person and a very dark person sitting together. Sometimes the dark person is lost and the white person is born. I don't know if Victor remember, there was a time Brian Tracy came to the church and the pastor finished talking and he gave mic to Brian Tracy. Somebody at the MC where's the man? Where is the man? So also in cases like that, you mark spaces for the two of them. Yeah? You mark for them and mark their lighting and then you work on their intensity. I don't know if you understand. When I was lighting highlights that kid, I don't know if you were echoed or that actor, that very fair came and sat on the couch with that kid. So at first I asked her, please can she come and do rehearsal? So that's when we balanced it and somebody whispered to me, how come you can see the two of them as if their skin tone is the same? So it's regulating and then you mark for them. So in this I told like please don't go too, because if you enter so these are tiny tricks. Then if you have
Please meet your mic.
You know your question
Godwin, you can mute from there.
Thank you.
yeah, so then if you're shooting a hall that has a lot of people, what you need is a big light source and a visitor.
So let's say if everyone is standing here, maybe the artist is somewhere around there, can I use this kind of light?
You have pockets of shadows everywhere. So best bet you can do, you know the 4x4 Falcon and you can set 2 up there to light everybody. So why you want it up is what you want to see is the face. So people who are not very tall like me can still catch light, and people who are very tall. So if you have somebody tall and short, you understand my point now. If the light source is up, you will catch everybody's face. If it's direct to them, if somebody tall is in front of the person short, that's the it's darkness you see in the midst of the earth. Yeah.
Consider for scenes where you have like movement shots where the camera is following the character, center through, we have like horror films, for example. How do you hide light? Like for example, in the house, like, people didn't know, but the character is always lit.
Okay, so that's what we call booming of light. I do that a lot. The first Olotre, we did that a lot. Second one, we did that a lot. So small sauce that's not spreading too much, and with the double hand, system hand, we double it. So the camera person is here, over the camera person booming, and you're just here. Everywhere is dark, everywhere is, you can see the person around them. And you have to master the movement. Yeah, you have to master it. So we measure how tall the camera person is from the steps of the actor, and then you measure. It's always a trouble for me because all the camera people I work with are taller than me. So, but I like to do those shots because I don't want the situation where they will say, we saw light or something. So another thing you can do is push the thing here and then push the light down. So you are raising the light up where it's facing. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you do like a rig that's when you push it up like this, the light is facing down. So when you raise it up, you're confident. That's when you are tall. Some of you are very tall, so you can see. For me, that's what I do. So you keep it there, and then all through. The one I did last, it was difficult. It's a tight space, so I had to rig a tiny light in front of the Ronnie. So it was a camera guy that carried the weight. Yeah. So, but just there's this tiny, so it just came up. It was also like a movement thing for the actor. So she knows, and she was very good. She knows how much light that was hitting her face, so she didn't run too much. So anyway, as long as the lens is facing the place, the light is facing it, and then the way the temperature, the intensity of the light, you wouldn't know that there's a light, but the eye sockets and everything was clear, and they pass through a very tiny corridor and all that stuff. So these are tiny things.
So that for you see the same this in, like for example, let's say you character enters the house, there's a normal character, and they have practical lights like those. So when the camera is the camera is back of character, and we can see practical lights. How do you do it that those practical lights feel like they're not lighting the scene? And like we're not actually seeing we're not seeing the actual light that's lighting the scene, we're just seeing practical light. How do you hide?
Most times you're behind the camera, so camera doesn't see you. So if it turns to the side that there's no light, it's your artificial light that is simulating the other light. Sometimes you regulate it. When you're moving away from the light, that's when you start pushing your levels up. It's mathematics when you have such low light shoot. When it gets to, sometimes you have your light and you're fading into where that's properly lit. Start winding down your intensity until it goes off, and then it's just like the person is moving from one place to another. Another thing that can help is you can rig lights if you have opportunity. Rig lights up, so the person walks from light to shadow, light to shadow, light to shadow. It looks like a normal. So another thing you can add to it is if you rig your lights. Okay, so these are practical lights, right? So sometimes I have features that I buy that I take to set. I rig it, and put a bulb inside. There are bulbs that are wireless bulbs that can control with Bluetooth. So you put them, so when the camera passes, you are seeing the vertical light. But your main, either 1K or whatever K is right there that is lighting that point. So when the camera is coming, seeing this light, you have fooled everybody. But you will see, so the character will move from light, shadow, light, shadow, light, shadow. But the places where you see light is where you see your practical, yes. There are some places that you can't actually read, so I invested in those car mounts, those suckers. Yeah. Suck them then the light, but it's hidden. You can see it. But the practical lamp is right like just above this thing. Inspector K, have you seen it? Okay, we need that in Inspector K. There are lamps right there, so if you look at it, you see the lamp with the heat lights up that are hitting that. So it's television, right? But the real name is Tell-Light Vision. Yeah. So, any more questions?
What do you think color revision is?
So that's like the, what I wanted to say is main. That's like the quality of light. It's the simplest way I can say it, the higher the CRI, the better the quality of light. So if it's white, for instance, the acceptable ones that give you the correct rendition of the color of lights that are there are from 89 CRI. So if you want to buy a light now, you look at it. And this light that is there, you see it is at the back some CRI. I think this is 95 or 94. Yeah? So now, if it's white, it's actually producing white. That's what it means. It just shows the quality of white light that's you know those kinos that they put, they call it kinos, but they're actually fluorescent bulbs that they put inside box. Those ones cannot give you the actual light, actual color. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's like the quality of the amount of what's it like. So when you're buying, I think, I don't want to say names, but it's setting, not this one, the other one is following this one. Their color recognition index is like 86. But these ones are 98. You understand? But there's none that is 100%. So if it's giving you white, 5.6 is 5.6. 2.8 is 2.8. But you see other lower like redhead. Yes, that's not the brand. Yes, like redhead. You know, remember when our films used to be yellow? Yes, when it's redhead that caused it. Because the CRI is red. You understand? It's like don't write it too. Just use it test. Any other question? For safety, that I want to talk about last. Okay. Please, don't wear this thing. Don't wear it yourself. Always wear cover shoes. Always. Even if they're not paying you. Always wear cover shoes. If you're walking with naked lights, like what I mean by naked lights, if you're connecting from a board and all that, please wear gloves. Yeah? Don't cut wire with your teeth. Yes. From now you have met me. Tell your spirit. I'm watching. Don't cut, go and buy plier or cutter. These things, together, they are not more than 1K, 1.5. People buy cheap and then buy electric tape. So when you cut the electric tape, you use it to tape. Because sometimes the paper tape, those tiny hair on the wires still stick out of the paper tape, and then it's always touching. Do you know what static is? Static. Static is that thing that is like when you touch your fridge, it's doing you Yes.
Shock.
Now, the reason why you don't have, when you have that is because so that the house is not properly ventilated. All your stuff does not have it. So what we do is we do double it at the point of distribution and at the point of generation. So beside the generator, my guys, we put one head there. The point where you put the distro and everything, we put one head there. So in case one fails. So let me tell you, like a testimony, one of our biggest break for us has come. We did a church and all our tests were working barefooted. During rainy season, the set was flooded. We were putting their legs in the water. Guess what? We leaked that whole set with wires buried everywhere. And there was no day that we had static or electric shock. You understand? So take safety very seriously. Because if somebody dies with your light, you have collected a bad name. Do you understand? And then for your own sake, you might become a minister tomorrow. Don't die trying to use teeth. It has happened to me before. At the time I was doing one set and they were using 2 generators, 2 3 kV and 5 kV generators. Those generators I used to dance. So I told the guy, put off the one on the right. When I told him, he was facing me. So he got there, he put off the one that was on his right. And then I carried wire. I said, let me kiss this wire, it's too sexy. And I got this. Then I came, my eyes were red. Are you mad? I said, put off the one on the right. He now put on the other generator and still left this one. I had that shock 3 times and I had to put off the 2 generators. So since then I'm talking, that 2011, 12. I tell you. And thankfully I didn't pull the whole of my mouth, it was the teeth. So hazard can happen. But if you limit the chances of them to happen, you'll have a good day. Right? Thank you guys.
Thank you so much for coming around.
Please, Instagram.
Okay. Yeah.